Are you ready for hurricane season? My name is Eric Fornash, and I'm a meteorologist with the National Weather Service here in Corpus Christi, Texas. Let's take a few minutes today to talk about some of the lessons that we learned from the 2019 hurricane season. The 2019 hurricane season was an active one for the Atlantic Basin. There were 18 named storms, 6 of which became hurricanes, and 3 of those hurricanes became major hurricanes, which are categorized as a Category 3 or greater. And unfortunately, there were over 100 fatalities and over $11 billion in damages. The most powerful storm of the season was Hurricane Dorian in late August and early September. Despite most of the activity remaining out over the Atlantic, Texas did have a landfalling tropical cyclone in the form of Tropical Storm Imelda in mid-September. Let's take a closer look at Dorian and Imelda and some of the lessons that we could learn from these storms. So first, we're going to talk about Hurricane Dorian, which developed in late August over the open Atlantic and moved westward towards the Bahamas and Florida. Dorian intensified to a Category 5 hurricane as it made 2 separate landfalls in the Bahamas, remaining nearly stationary for a 24-hour period over Grand Bahama and causing catastrophic devastation. Dorian made its way up to the Florida coastline before making another landfall near Cape Hatteras a few days later. This satellite imagery that we see here shows that Hurricane Dorian, remaining nearly stationary over 24 hours near Grand Bahama. Hurricane Dorian provided several lessons for hurricane response. Dorian's forward speed kept slowing as it moved across the Bahamas, which resulted in many interested in the United States having to extend their own preparation and response timelines. As we can look at this image right here, these are 2 cone images, and if we look at near the coastline on the left, it's expected that the center of the storm to be near the coast by 8 a.m. Monday, and on the right image, a later forecast, at 24 hours later, it's predicted to make landfall at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, which is slowed down 24 hours. So Dorian is a good reminder to build an uncertainty into hurricane preparedness, both being prepared for the event to last shorter and or longer than expected. This is especially true for us here along the western Gulf of Mexico. While Dorian may have slowed down, there is also the potential for tropical storms and hurricanes to move faster than forecasted. This may mean you have less time to prepare than you originally expected. The slowed timeline also made it important for people along the coast to continue to get as much information as possible, as forecasts for when hurricane hazards may arrive were also being updated. Dorian also followed a very similar track to 2016's Hurricane Matthew, but had very different impacts given the storm size and intensity. These differences resulted in different geographic areas being affected by the 2 storms, despite their very similar paths. This is a good reminder that there are no 2 storms exactly the same. No 2 storms are alike, and that experiencing one tropical storm or hurricane does not mean that you know how the next one will behave. Next, we're going to talk about Tropical Storm Imelda, which developed very quickly in mid-September along the upper Texas coast and is tied with Tropical Storm Chris in 2000, Tropical Storm Felipe in 2017, and Tropical Storm Olga in 2019 for the shortest-lived tropical storm. Imelda lasted only 6 hours, making landfall only 45 minutes after reaching tropical storm strength. Despite Imelda's short life, the storm produced over 40 inches of rain between the Houston metro and Lake Charles, Louisiana. As you can see here on this image, you see the rainfall accumulations, and over in southeast, far east, southeast Texas, over 40 inches of rain were reported. Both Dorian and Imelda are reminders that it is very important to make sure you're getting the latest weather information. Know that no 2 storms are the same, and that landfalling tropical depressions, tropical storms, and hurricanes can all produce devastating impacts. Thank you for joining us to learn more about hurricane preparedness, and stay safe this hurricane season.